It's about to go down on the high seas. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 One Piece fight scenes. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be looking at the best battles to ever come out of this swashbuckling series. This is no small task given the sheer amount and high quality of every exchange, but we managed to whittle it down based on their impact, execution, and just how awesome they are. As you might expect, prepare yourself for no end of spoilers ahead. Number 10, Ace vs Blackbeard. If it were any other opponent, Fire Fist Ace would have burnt them to cinders with a single swing, but alas, his opponent was none other than Whitebeard's old comrade Marshall D. Teach, and he's got a devil fruit even more terrifying than his own.
My body is darkness.
The clash between the sun and the shade is so fearsome that it levels an entire town, while also serving as the trigger that leads to Ace's imprisonment. We were sure that we hadn't seen the end of Blackbeard's cruelty, but this was the moment we knew we were watching One Piece's ultimate villain start to emerge. Number 9, Sanji vs Jabra. We had to give our boy Sanji a chance to shine somehow, and shine he does when he unleashes some fiery footwork in the form of the Diable Jambe.
Whoa, it's glowing!
This turns out to be just the thing he needs for him to take out the CP9 member Jabra, who, in addition to a mastery of hard-hitting martial arts, can transform himself into a wolf.
Tendron!
However, no amount of cunning can stop him from getting on the receiving end of Sanji's blazing heel as he sends him crashing through Eni's lobby. Number 8, Nightmare Luffy vs Oars.
No good, good! Volcano!
While this gigantic zombie does indeed put the crew through their paces, when going up against the Straw Hats, you'd best be prepared for the fight of your life. Oars certainly manages to lay on the damage thanks to stealing Luffy's powers for himself, but he doesn't stand a chance when said captain returns to the fray, this time imbued with 100 of Thriller Bark's vengeful shadows.
Here it comes! Right fall!
With their strength added to his own, Luffy is able to take out his undead double with quite the brutal display of force. Number 7, Zoro vs Kaku.
You've given yourself a blind spot. Giraffe sight!
Who would have guessed that the swordsman of the Straw Hat Pirates taking on a giant giraffe would have made for one of the arc's most epic confrontations? Given that Luffy and Lucci were beating each other bloody next door, that's saying a lot.
Three-sword style. Tatsu.
Despite his rather ridiculous new form, CP9's second deadliest assassin manages to push Zoro to the edge. At least until he talks shit about Robin, and then the gloves come off.
Your mouth just crossed the line. Now you're gonna pay, you arrogant freak.
Oh, did I offend you?
Busting out the 9-sword style, Zoro manages to cut his way through all of Kaku's attacks and end this battle in a brutal swing.
Ashela! Silver Mist!
Number 6, Luffy vs. Usopp.
At 10 o'clock tonight, I'll be back, so you better be ready for a fight, Captain!
Talk about emotional. After clashing over the fate of their ship, the Going Merry, Usopp challenges Luffy to a fight, winner taking claim to the vessel.
Now special attack Eggstar! Again!
Now, you think this would be a walk in the park on Luffy's part, but surprisingly Usopp manages to hold his own, outwitting and wounding his captain in a visceral display of defiance.
Sorry! Flame Star!
Of course, he can only hold out for so long before Luffy lands the finishing blow, leading to the two parting ways as the crew is splintered from within. Enemies come and go, but seeing two steadfast friends fight like this is just heartbreaking. Number 5, Luffy vs. Crocodile. One of the finest villains the series ever produced, the shadowy leader of Baroque Works nearly brought the country of Alabasta to its knees through deception and his own overwhelming power. Hell, his devil fruit was so staggering that he buried Luffy under a whole desert at one point.
Did you really think you were my equal?
This would pave the way for one hell of a rematch, where Luffy used his own blood in order to lay the smackdown on the Sand User. Thankfully, the crime boss isn't out of the picture yet, so there's every chance these two could clash again in the future, since Croc seems to hold a grudge.
Amazing. He punched him straight up through the bedrock beneath the city.
Number 4, Zoro vs. Ryuma.
So you think you can take my Black Blade Shusui away from me, do you?
Oh, I'm taking it.
Why just have Zoro gain a new sword when he could earn it by defeating an undead samurai? One of the highlights of the crew's misadventures in Thriller Bark, Zoro finds himself battling for control of Brook's soul against the zombie known as Ryuma.
Rashomon! Yeah!
Despite his decrepit appearance, the old boy still has some strength left in those rotten bones, putting the Straw Hat Swordman through his paces. Still, there's not a snowball's chance in hell Zoro would lose before his long-awaited duel with Hawkeye Mihawk, shown when he gives his foe a proper warrior's send-off. Number 3, Luffy vs. Doflamingo. It's a testament to Oda's genius how he keeps managing to make each of his villains so wholly hateable within such a short frame of time. A former noble turned warlord, Doflamingo is one nasty piece of work. His anger and psychosis leading him to take control of the kingdom of Dressrosa through rather bloody means. His actions send him on a collision course with Luffy, ending in a brawl for Dressrosa's future. While they're evenly matched when it comes to the use of Haki, Luffy has a trump card that not even the Puppet Master can stand against: Gear 4th. Number 2, Whitebeard vs. Akainu. There were many casualties during the war at Marineford, but none hit closer to home when this wicked admiral ended Ace's life. While nothing will ever fill the void left by his departure, we were given a consolation prize as we watched Whitebeard dwarf the magma user before lashing out with righteous fury. Despite being shot, stabbed, and having his body blown apart by molten rock, Whitebeard's anger over losing his precious son keeps pushing him forward, resulting in Akainu getting absolutely wrecked. Number 1, Luffy vs. Lucci.
Now shave!
Bring it on!
In order to save the life of crewmate Robin, Luffy had only one obstacle to overcome, the CP9's ultimate assassin, Rob Lucci.
You're shortening your own lifespan, just for a few minutes of strength.
It's better than letting you take away everything I care about. I'll do anything to keep that from happening.
But you've still lost, even if you do defeat me.
With a slew of powerful techniques and a transformation into a leopard hybrid, Lucci was pretty much the perfect killing machine, one easily capable of standing up to Luffy's gear 2nd and 3rd. It even looked like he won the day when he blasted Luffy's insides to pieces.
16 gun!
Unfortunately for this kitty, Luffy isn't one to let something like internal hemorrhaging stop him, which he goes on to display by letting loose a barrage of punches so strong, it pretty much takes out 8 of Lucci's 9 lives.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.